What is good? What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the MVP's Lounge. AEW Dynamite was tonight, and we had an action-packed, chaotic show tonight. Man, I'm on to be honest with you. I like going live. Going live, for some reason, feels a lot more freer, a lot more free reign to just say and do whatever you need to without having to edit out everything. Sometimes when you show up on these live streams, you'll see, a familiar face. Sometimes you might see Homer show up first, like he always does. Shouts out to Homer. And, it's always a good time. It's always a good time. Right? AEW Dynamite was tonight. So let's jump straight into that. All right. Action-packed show. They advertised that we're going to get the demand against Jack Perry and JetSpeed. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to see that match. But then they pan the camera back to the back and they're saying, yeah, we're not actually getting this match because JetSpeed is hurt. They were attacked by somebody. And I'm like, who the hell could they be attacked by? And Don Callis comes over and he's like, yeah, we got these two men. And I'm just like, this one dude looked like Jake something from TNA. And again, I barely watch TNA. I barely watch, but I remember seeing Jake something because they showed him, and I was wondering to myself every time they said his name, they're saying, why is his name Jake something? Don't know, don't care, right? Fast forward, I look on the screen, this looks like Jake something. And it turns out it is Jake something. That's nasty. Don Callis is a nasty individual. See, I get it. You add Andrade, you add Lance Archer, you add Kyle Fletcher, you add Okada, you add Takeshita, you add everybody in the books to this group, right? You add Clone, you add a bunch of cool dudes, right? A bunch of cool people you add into the group. Too much people being added, but you adding cool people at least, right? Now you adding dudes that was named Jake something. You a nasty individual, Don. Don, you're nasty. Don is nasty. Don is disgusting. This is a disgusting act by you. It's just I'm at a loss for words. I am at a loss for words here. We're gonna fast forward past Jake something and the rest of these dudes. We're gonna jump straight into the first match of the night. We're gonna jump straight into the first match of the night. We're gonna talk about Shelton Benjamin going one-on-one with John Moxley for the Continental Champion. Well, no, it's actually a Eliminator match. It was kind of like a number one contendership match for him. So be it. Solid match between these two. Shelton Benjamin, I've said it many a times and I'll say it again. Shelton Benjamin, it feels like found the youth because he has still been in dang near prime shape when he's in that ring. It's like almost freakishly like terrifying how it is. Like it ain't twin like 50, but he moving like he in his 30s. Like it's crazy. Crazy word. Crazy word. But these two have a solid matchup. John Moxley pretty much brings it down to the wire, and it's down to like the last 60 seconds of the match. I'm like, great. Everybody made this end in a draw. Shelton goes for a big knee strike. Moxley is pretty much almost out of it, and he kicks out of the pin. Shelton gets him in a triangle choke, and while it's 30 seconds left, Moxley lifts up Shelton, puts him on the shoulders, and it gets the 3 count while Shelton had the triangle choke in. So, yeah, Moxley retains. Well, not retains. Moxley wins the no more contendership match there. So, Shelton, unfortunately, you do not get your title match. And as for Moxley, him and Shelton, they shake hands at the end of it. Because at first, in the beginning of the match, Shelton went to, go to shake his hand, and Moxley smacked it away. But he shakes his hand at the end of the match. So, okay, we're learning. We're learning here. We're still learning how to be a face man. So, it's taking some time. They give an advertisement for Kenny Omega. You know what I'm saying? Hey, his spout last week with MJF. Hey, man, we're leading to a Kenny Omega and MJF match at some point. I'm calling it now. Which makes me very fearful of Bandido. It makes me think that Bandido pretty much at this point is not going to win next week. Especially what happened tonight. What happened tonight pretty much secured it. Bandido, you're not gonna be world champion. It's not happening at all. It's official. It is official. So we get to the Jack Perry match, and Jack Perry needs tag team partners to face off against Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. So of course, His partners are the Young Bucks, cause we're faces now, and we're buds. So here we are. So be it. Hey, we're gonna let them cook. We're gonna let them cook. The problem I had though is that the Bucks and Jack Perry were kind of going crazy on the demand, like early on in this match. They were going crazy, and I'm like, God dang, the demand just garbage. Like now, they can't fight against the Young Bucks and Jack Perry. Like Jesus Christ, like what are we doing? What are we doing with them? Luckily, they were able to fight back. Started causing more damage to them. You know, they started putting in that work. Unfortunately, the demand and Ricochet end up losing this match. Side note: Jack Perry's like backflip off the rope into the German suplex keeps getting crispier and crispier every week. It's nice as hell. But Young Bucks BTE trigger, knee to the face to Ricochet, and it's over with. They win the matchup. But as soon as the matchup is over, Jake Something and Mark Davis pull up and attack him after the match. Then more people from the Don Callis family show up, and then the lights go out after JetSpeed show up halfway injured trying to save everybody. Lights go out, lights come back on, and it's Andrade. He has returned once again for the third time because now he can finally be here and not, be under contract problems. So he's here now. He's with the group. So the group has now increased. We now have Jake Something with your group. So again, the group was already large as it is now. Just think about it. I'm gonna name everybody. I'm gonna try to name everybody for you. You got Lance Archer, you got Mark Davis, you got Jake Something, you got Hechiseto, you got El Clone, you got Lance Archer, you got Kyle Fletcher, you got Konosuke Takeshita, you got Okada, you got Rocky Romero. I forget anybody? Oh, you got Brian Cage. Somebody else. I'm forgetting somebody. Forget anybody? Oh, Josh Alexander. That's like 12. That's 12 people, bro. That's 12 people. That's 12 people. 12. I just named 12 people in this faction. Oh wait, I forgot Wardlow. You got Wardlow. That's 13 people. 13 people are in this faction. That is ridiculous. We gotta stop. We have to stop. Is this not ridiculous at this point? Because it's ridiculous to me. Jesus Christ, 13 people are in Don's Callis. Like this is. Nonetheless, Andrade shows up. They job out the Bucks and Jack Perry and JetSpeed, and they kill them all. Then FTR, for some reason, they walk out awkwardly onto the stage with Big Stoke in a wheelchair, and they're looking at the rest of the Don Callis family with the tag team titles, and the only person that acknowledges it is Andrade. And commentary is trying to say that Andrade and them were, homies, before. And I'm just like, I don't know what this has to do with anything really, because FTR is a bunch of heels now, and so is this group. So I don't know what they're trying to do here. And it was weird. It was a weird. That part was just weird. It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, all right, just go to the next segment. We're not doing this. So that's over with. Andrade is finally here. We're chilling now. This group got to die. This group has to die at some point. We can't keep doing this. We're hoarding talent, and it looks dumb. We got to stop. We have to. So my girl Willow Nightingale was going to be celebrating her TBS championship win. And while she was in the ring, for some reason, the power kind of goes out and the lights go out. And it's like a barely any lights in the arena. Then they finally get a spotlight on her in the ring. I don't know if that was intentional or if they just didn't pay the light bill or there was some electrical problems going on. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure what the hell was happening in that. Because later on, some problems happened again. And I'll talk about that later on. But there was more problems that came from this. It was weird as hell. I'm not sure why it happened, but she was pretty much, able to celebrate her win and put over that she's ready to fight anybody for the TBS title, for the tag team title. She'll fight them both in one night. It doesn't matter. So shouts out to Will. She's being a fighting champion. And she was calling out Mercedes to, celebrate with them. And Mercedes comes out there. She's got the all white on, like she's dying on the inside, which she is, because so she took the hat off, she was just crashing out, destroying the table, pushing Harley. Oh man, Mercedes. See, I told you I was gonna happen. I told you. crash out. Hey, they think that this was just a mini crash out. Just the real crash out is coming. We just should pull out some scissors and start stabbing people. It's coming. All right. But unfortunately for Mercedes, her night just gets worse because she ends up falling into the cake, gets slammed on top of the cake, and then they do the conga line around her dead body that's on top of the cake. It's sad. It's sad 2026 already for Mercedes. It's gonna get worse. Trust and believe, it will get worse for her. We move on to Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe, he was letting Hechiseto know that we gonna have hands come Collision. You and me, TNT Championship. Let's go, because of the debacle with Flown assisting on Collision, with a bunch of wildness. So Briscoe wanted to let him know, hey, me and the Don Callis family, we still got problems. So me and Hechiseto will fight for this TNT title. Hey, I'm with that. The promo did go for like almost 3 minutes though. We got to cut that in half. Cut that in half, please. Cut that in half. Please, for the love of God. Jesus Christ. I had to start cutting Mark Briscoe's promos in half. Can't keep having these talk segments that go this long. Nonetheless, though, I liked some of it. I like the area that he was in and everything. It's just, these promos be going a minute. Like, relax. Nice, what you mean? I might be. Another promo, we got I forgot your name. Sisters of Sin and Thekla. There we go. Death Triangle, I think. Death Triangle? Toxic Triangle? I'm not sure. But Sisters of Sin and Thekla, they're back there. They want the smoke with Chris Statlander. They want the smoke with Willow. They want the smoke with Harley Cameron. So we're going to get a trios match against them next week at Maximum Carnage on Dynamite. I'm all for it. My only problem with this promo was that Thekla is the only person in this group that can speak a normal sentence. And for whatever reason, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, they got to finish each other's sentences and say something cryptic and weird. It's not hitting. It's not. They gotta let them say full sentences, please. Jesus Christ. Let them say full sentences. We get to Bandido versus Sammy Guevara, which, if I'm being honest with you, it wasn't much. Gonna be real honest, it was not much to look at. Bandido beats Sammy Guevara, and then out comes MJF with a Spanish translator. Yes, a man to translate for him. So while they're doing all this translating for MJF pretty much is telling Bandido, man, look, I'm gonna tell you this as simple as possible. Just give me the Dynamite Diamond Ring, and we can call off this match for next week, because we already know I'm gonna beat you. Which is like, at that point, if I'm Bandido, I'm just gonna steal off on you. He's not about to just pull up on me like this in your suit and have a Spanish translator. Where's my other gimmick at? I thought I had it. Oh, I do have this, right? I'm an idiot. All right. But yes, so it pulls up with a Spanish translator and it's telling him that pretty much. And Bandido's like, yeah, first off, one, I can speak English. Called him an a-hole. MJF was like, oh man. And they kicked him in the nuts. And then he was going to use the Dynamite Diamond Ring to punch Bandido in the face, but then he ended up punching his translator instead. And then Bandido takes out both the translator and MJF, which, as I said early on tonight, hey man, I go by the rule of Soul. Soul says, who went over on the Go Home show? They definitely losing. Bandido, you went over on the Go Home show to your title match. You losing, my friend. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to tell you, you're losing. You big loser. And Kenny got to get involved with this. So you losing, man. You're losing. It's happening. All right. So prepare for it. Don't say I didn't warn you, man. Do not say I didn't warn you about it ahead of time. So I need everybody that's tuning in next week. Just know, Bandido will lose. All right, you heard it here first. So we're gonna move on to Marina Shafir versus Toni Storm in a match that, yeah, it was alright. it didn't really have a finish. Kind of ended in DQ because Yuta pulls the referee out the ring, and it calls DQ. Toni Storm wins. Marina knocks out Toni Storm. Then she knocks out Mina. Mina shows up. She gets knocked out. And then Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia planned on doing something, but Orange Cassidy, Rodney Strong showed up, and Claudio took his shirt off, and he wanted to throw hands, but they all decided to say, let's just have a retreat for now. We're gonna dip, and we'll come back and fight them boys later on. Which at that time, also Marina spit on Roddy. Hey man, look, at some point, right? I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's his wife, the wife of his children. And she's just on a different side right now. But you want to punch her in the face. I'm being real. Like you gonna have to do something. You gonna have to do something. Man. You gonna have like that. Nah, you're not about to like full spit. Nah, sir. That's not. No, nah, not doing it. We're not going. But now we've reached the finale. The finale of the night, the lights out match with Swerve, Hangman versus Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, when they said lights out match, I thought, as they said with Justin Roberts, I thought as he said, lights will come out, lights will go back on. We're not responsible for anything that happens in this match, so on and so forth. The lights go out, right? The lights go out. What's good, Lexi? So the lights go out, right? And I'm just like, okay, what the hell is going on? They're gonna keep the lights out for the majority of this match? Apparently they were, because about like a good portion of this match, the lights were still off. And I'm just like, yo, turn the lights on. Nobody can. If I'm in that arena, by the way, I'm like all the way up in the nosebleeds, I'm pissed as hell because I can't see nothing. I can't see anything that's going on. Like, it gets to a point where I gotta wonder to myself, what the hell? I don't know if it was a light problem. I don't know if it was a Tony Khan problem. I just don't know. YouTube MP3 was good. I don't know what in the world was happening. Like, that was a weird part. Again, if it was an electrical issue, I can't really blame Tony Khan on that. But if the production was just having the lights off for no reason, y'all need to talk about that in the staff meeting or something. That was stupid. Regardless of the fact, they got to the match. The violence was, again, unparalleled. No bleeding. All right, for those who hate blood and hate seeing blood every week, guess what? There was no bleeding in this match. There you go. All right, let's clap it up. There you go. All right, no blood. They did give you violence, though. We had, a bunch of chair shots. We had cinder blocks. We had dry wood. We had a bunch of things. We had the staple gun. A lot of things were going on in this match. We had a chain. I liked it. It was a great, violent match. Powerhouse Hobbs kind of carried his side of the field, though. Cook was kind of not carrying nothing at that point. Eventually, Hangman gets Hobbs over the cinder block with the dead eye. Swerve does the Swerve stomp on top while he hits the dead eye on the cinder block, and that took Powerhouse Hobbs out for the rest of the match. So it was just Hook versus the rest of them for the rest of this match, which was only another 2 minutes because Hook did not last, and they were just they were beating this dude up so bad that JR, I forgot to mention this, Jim Ross came back because they were in his home spot. And he showed up on commentary, and while he was there, he was pulling over by the end of it. He was like, "Hey, end the match. You going to kill him?" And I'm just like, "Yes." That's exactly what we're going to do, okay? Because they hit him with every kind of finish in the book. And then Hangman was like, "Nah, twin, I'm going to hang you right quick. I'm going to hang you with this chain right quick." I was like, Jesus. Hook's forced to tap out. Hangman and Swerve get the win. I'm not going to lie. Your boyfriend does wrestling. Does he do wrestling on the independent scene, or is he still just training? Answer me that while I finish this off. But pretty much I'm thinking like this. Hangman and Swerve, I get it. You know, they're both trying to go after the AEW World title. Perfectly understandable. Perfectly understandable things. Okay. My problem here is that, like, low key, these two as a tag team is kind of cool. That's just me. I know. I get it. I know what you're thinking. You want them to still be world champions. Me too. But low key, these two as a tag team champions, like they work well together. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to say they work well together? Like, come on. Chris Jericho is staying in AEW, you think? You know, when he didn't show up on Monday, it was very troubling. And I was like, why didn't y'all have the dude show up, since that show was like very terrible? But I think they're saving him for Saudi Arabia for the Royal Rumble. I don't think he's gonna stay in AEW. I think he's done here. He's gonna lose retirement there in WWE, which is not a problem. I mean, again, people that want to leave and go back, that's fine, or so on and so forth. Whatever floats anyone's boat, whatever everyone's fine with, do either. He ain't got no problem. He does it for a school. Nice. So he's a trainer there. Hey, we love to hear it. We love to hear it. But after that, AEW goes off the air, and yeah, that's pretty much how AEW ends for the night. Match of the night was definitely this lights out match. I would say second match would probably be Shelton and Mox. So yeah, decent little AEW. We're all prepared for Maximum Carnage next week with MJF versus Bandido for the AEW World title. We also get the trios match with Sammy Thekla versus the Babes of Wrath and Chris Statlander, and then we also get more and more to come for these shows. Maker's gonna return. A lot's gonna happen. So before I sign off for the night, does anybody have any final thoughts, questions, concerns, ideas you want to let out before I hit the end button? Also, if you're new here, hey, hit that subscribe button, like, share, all that good stuff. We're on the road to 5K. I'm trying to get to 5K by summertime. By summertime, I mean June. So by the time I get to June, I want to hit 5K. It is an impossible goal, but I like the impossible. The impossible is what I like. So I want to hit 5K by June. When am I going live again? Let's see. Probably tomorrow. I usually want to go live and post a video at least once a day, just to get the algorithm showing them I'm there, kind of thing. So I'm gonna try to go live again tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to post another video tomorrow. So yeah, that's probably when I'm gonna do it. Also, for those who don't or do, give me one sec. Let me just find the account. Okay, where's that? I mean, I'm not gonna access tools there. That's fine. Who cares? Who cares about the tools in the tool shed? You got what you got. Let's see what we got. Okay, all right. There we go. Cool. All right, that link right there is also to my Twitch. So I'm live. So when I'm live on right here, I'm also live on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So right now, I'm also live on Twitch at the same time with YouTube. So also follow me on Twitch. Make sure I start doing more on both at the same time going forward. So, follow me on both going forward. But yeah. Definitely the moves. But as I said, anybody got any thoughts, concerns on AEW Dynamite tonight or the future episode next week with Maximum Carnage? Well, he really left Hook just hanging there. It's tough. It's tough. Man, tag team champions Hangman as well. It could hit. It could really hit. They gotta just put the idea out there. But when you add Kenny to the mix of the world title picture, and then you got there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on there in that world title picture, you know. So we'll see where they go with all that stuff. Obviously, we're heading into an interesting time. Start of the year, so we'll see how they turn up at the beginning of the year with everything. All right, that seems like it's it. So thank you guys for showing up today. Really appreciate it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share as always. And I will see you guys next time here in the MVP's Lounge. Peace.